So guys, in today's video, going to be talking about some features that I would like to see added into Destiny 2, as well as some already added features that I feel like could use some additional improvements to make them better, hoping that these can be added in the Final Shape year or in future years to come. Going to jump into all the details in this video though, so as always, if you're going to enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, as it's free to do and it really does help me out here a lot. We're also getting super close to 1,000 subscribers, and a lot of you who watch my content still aren't subscribed. So if you could help out there, I would super appreciate it. With all that out of the way, hope you're going to enjoy this one, and let's just jump straight into it. First off, going to cover that really big feature that I hope that they add pretty soon, which is going to be player housing. A lot of games that are similar to Destiny 2 have their own version of player housing, be it full-fledged player housing like in MMOs like WoW and Final Fantasy XIV, or in Warframe you have your ship customization, where you can go into the interior of your ship and customize it to your heart's content. I feel like Destiny is long overdue some form of player housing feature, and I'm really hoping that this feature can be added either in the Final Shape or in future years to come. My ideas for player housing would consist of like little apartment buildings that you can get within the last city, as well as potentially for players that want to get a more luxurious house, you could get a full-fledged like ensuite apartment within the Destiny 1 tower that's still being refurbished, which you can see in the D2 tower. I feel like it would be quite cool to have those be the kind of locations for player housing. And then in terms of things you can put in your houses, let's say that you just completed the brand new Final Shape raid and you got the rare drop of a witness statue, or the witness's monolith as a statue or trophy. Let's say you put that into your player house, and then you get like a cool flaming head cosmetic to which you can just switch on and off with the flick of a button within your player house itself. And then when you have that on, you can then get bonus loot within that said raid. Let's say that you can select which bonus loot you would like to receive, get some additional raid token drops from completing encounters. Say you interact with the statue, and then you can pick exactly what armor pieces and weapons you would like to receive from your future raid runs. So for example, you interact with it and then you see all the loot that you currently have unlocked, and then you can just pick and select which ones you would like to get dropped from your next run. So that then when you go and complete said encounters, you'll obviously get your same random loot that you would get from a repeat run, but then you would also receive the guaranteed drop of, say you want to get only the hand cannon. When you select that within the statue, you'll then get a guaranteed hand cannon drop, which could be quite a cool feature and would help players who are just looking to get a god roll and not want to go through the crafting system instead. Other things you could do doesn't have to be tied to just raids itself. You can have things tied to PvP, gambit, strikes, lost sectors, patrols, anything. You could like have different housing themes, like if you want a PvP themed Lord Shaxx bed, you could have that. If you want a Gambit themed mattress, you can go with that. If you want like a Season of the Wish themed chandelier, you could have that. If you want a patrol themed like swimming pool outside of your apartment, you can go with that. There's so many different options here for player housing that would just be insane to have inside of the game, and I feel like it's a really missed opportunity that we still don't have it within the game itself. So fingers crossed that they can add something like this inside of the game. It would help out a lot with, like, say there's a downtime in the game that we're currently in now. Add a new housing thing that then players can go and farm out. I think that would be really, really sick. Moving on from the huge idea of player housing though, let's go into more the smaller stuff here and little improvements on things that are already in the game that I'd like to see improved upon. First up, we have the Guardian ranks system. Now, this is a good system that a lot of players enjoy or like grinding out each season. Me personally though, having my rank be like soft reset every season is kind of a pain, and I really wish that the Guardian rank system itself was more of an indication of how much you have played the game itself. So maybe increase how many Guardian ranks there are. Like original Destiny 2 players should always be a higher rank above those who just jump in and have been playing for a couple of months. Add like some OG like D1 Guardian ranks over here, and then increase how many Guardian ranks there totally are in the game. Have them be like a consistently increasing number, just to show the difference between a veteran player and a complete noob. I feel like that was the original idea for the system, but then that idea has kind of been lost in the weave of the creation of this system. Just my thoughts though. I know that some players are going to think that's kind of like gatekeeping, but to be honest, this is just a funny number that I wish to increase and actually show the difference in player skill. Probably not going to happen, but just some improvements there that I think could be useful. Moving on to one that I definitely think could potentially happen would be in terms of the loadout system that we currently have within the game. Now, full disclosure here, I love the loadout system. When it was disabled for a short time due to a bug, I was really, really sad. Having to manually sort out my different armor sets, it was a real pain. One thing that I do wish could be updated though is having the ability to customize on the fly which weapons and which fashion items of my gear are assigned to which loadout. Because currently, if I want to fully remove the weapons on my loadouts like I have on some of my loadouts here, I need to go and grab a random weapon from collections, assign that weapon to the said loadout, and then delete that said weapon from my inventory so that then my weapons don't get swapped every time I switch to a different build. Same thing for when I want to change a certain cosmetic. Me personally, I have like the same drip assigned to every like build that I have, and when I want to change up assigned fashion that I have to said build, I then need to go in manually and switch out which armor pieces are with what. If I could just do that really simply within the loadout system here, that would save me a lot of time and hassle, and it would be a lot easier to do. Just small little features there that I think could be a great improvement to the loadout system overall. Another thing that a lot of players really want that I think is on the near horizon potentially would be a shader searching system. So over here in the appearance screen, you've obviously got all your shaders, and they have added the ability to favorite your certain shaders so that they are always at the top here. But I do feel like a shader searching option is long overdue. Have the search system search by color choice or by name, if you can actually remember the name of certain shaders, would be a much appreciated system due to how many shaders there are in the game. I feel like it's long overdue that we now have this feature added into the game with the final shape on the horizon. Finally here, we're going to talk about a upcoming system that we know is coming in the final shape, which is going to be in replace of the bounty system that we normally have with planetary vendors. So we don't know a lot about this feature other than what it is called, which I believe is called the Pathfinder, but I could be wrong there. It seems to be a new bounty system where you can individually select what objectives you wish to do to obtain a certain reward. Should be hopefully learning more about this system and many other systems within the final shape when they tell us more about the expansion. In April, I believe there's going to be a live stream showcasing more information there, so gonna have to wait until then to learn more about that. But that is pretty much everything that I wanted to cover about in this video. So as always, if you've enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe. Also leave what thoughts you have on improvements and features you would like to see added into the game in the future. But that's it for this video, so I'll catch you guys in the next one.